Hello and welcome back to Dune Awakening. Last time we were investigating the murder of the engineer Austin Lathe, which had taken us out to the deep desert to the suspect Phaedra Vai's storage locker, I guess. She had a bunch of heirlooms and so forth. And then we came back and talked to Torres, and he told us to investigate her apartment further, and also while we were at her location in the deep desert, we found a note on her valet, which is what the journey says to do, decipher the valet's note. We came back here, and I found this painting, and I checked all the clues around here and pushed this one, and looks like there's a combination lock behind here. And we'd been going kind of long and got a little frustrated, so we saved that till today. So got a little hint from a viewer, and it's been a while since I played any real detective type games, mystery solvers. Um, so I should have been reading the items we've been picking up. So here's the poison snooper. There's Xantara's signet ring we got after we killed him, apparently. That's the Ixian decoder we got from the Hephaestus. Poison snooper we investigated Austin with. The poison report from the Austin's book, which had the poison traces on it. And then a blackmail letter from Phaedra. I guess we got that at Austin's lab. A blackmail signed Phaedra Vi, laced with perfume. My dear, a reminder of the promise you made. Tell it all, or I tell the Harkoonans. The Wisova is waiting. Okay, so she, I think, knew about his involvement in the destruction of Old Carthag. Um, Old Carthag schematics. I think we also found this at Austin's place at the Sandfly base. Intricate schematics over Old Carthag with markings and scribblings on several points of interest. It's dated 10/194. And here are some same script that's on that combination lock. And that date, 10/194, I think, has come up before. I think the wine at Lay's at the Sluice and Bull back room was dated 10/194. And I think the rolled up painting at Phaedra Vi's cave was dated 10/194. So let me take a picture of that. Alright. Alright. Let us put this in. Okay. First one is that one. Okay. Then that one is right. Same as the first one. Okay, like a P next. Yeah, that one. And then like a D. That one, yeah. Okay. Alright. Now what? Maybe that last one's not exactly right. There we go. Oh, what's this? A secret BDSM dungeon?
Submerging coils in 3, 2, coil submerge. What have we done? Eric!
She listened to some drama on the community. Top part of a torn manifest.
Come, have some food.
Oh yeah, she was listening to community dramas.
The Combined Haunted Communinet Theater presents I've been trying to say this for weeks. Carthag, you want the truth? I was hired to fix a problem, quietly. A man, high voice, long shadow, wanted something buried. No noise, no survivors. I helped him, mapped fault lines, tuned resonance, knew exactly what would happen. They paid me, gave me a new collar, a title I never earned. Carthag fell. You've seen the ash. But I laid the tracks. When the train came, I looked away. The nightmares aren't fire or screams, they're silence. That moment before, I could have said no. Now it's inside me. The rot. I drink, I work, I don't sleep. Take this, sell it, burn it. Just remember, someone knew, even if I don't tomorrow. The Dune men say first silence, then dust, then wings in the dark. I used to think it was poetry. Now, it feels like a countdown.
Banquet guest list. Okay. Get out our scanner here. So this is all like Harkonnen stuff. Noble mask. Scanning the mask reveals a tiny, almost invisible, retractable needle hidden right next to the mouth. Okay. So maybe she got poisoned. Use poison snooper. Yep, red. Poison report from Phaedra's mask. And then the heavy chair holds the broken form of a dead woman. She was old. Okay, so those were old paintings of hers. Form of a dead woman, head toiled forward, arms slack, her lifeless face, a mute witness to an unspeakable final act. Okay, so she was stabbed in the neck, so maybe she wasn't poisoned in the face. Mentat, make forensic summation of physical evidence. The dead woman's posture and slack limbs suggest sudden death. She died where she sat, with no signs of resistance or the desperate flow of flight. No foaming or classic toxin signs. Eyes discoloration points to abrupt trauma. Death arrives swiftly, without struggle and without warning. Her relaxed posture and lack of defensive wounds indicate a trained assassin. Death came from someone within her circle or posing as such. Examine the upper body. Rich fabric draped the woman's lifeless form, silks embroidered with fine threads, hinting at wealth beneath the ruin. A slender stiletto dagger buried to the hilt is visible just above the collarbone, a silent testament to sudden violence. Use the poison snooper. Snooper flashes green over the gown, no toxins detected, just expensive fabric, cold perfume, and the stillness of death. Examine the stiletto hilt. The stiletto's hilt is slender and elegantly simple, crafted from polished steel with a gently flared guard. Trooper, identify weapon. The slim, unmarked hilt is familiar. Harkonnen Dragoon captains wear them in their boots, a blade meant for energy shield combat and close work. Use the poison snooper. Poison snooper's light flicker green, no poison lingers, yet something about the pristine, unmarked blade feels deliberately careful. Examine something else. Take a step back. Examine the face. No obvious sign of physical trauma marked the dead woman's face. Perfect symmetry and aquiline bone structure betray her high bone heritage. Aristocracy worn in the very lines and angles of her face. Use the poison snooper. Snooper glides past her clouded eyes. It flashes green. No airborne or residue toxins detected. Just the still haze of death. Examine the mouth. Her lips are painted a perfect red. No foaming, no residue. Whatever ended her life, no trace of poison on her still mouth. Examine the eyes. Her eyes are glassy and discolored, clouded in the same dull, bruised tones you remember from Austin's lifeless stare. Okay. Conclude examination. Alright. Ask Tidge O'Gary what she knows. Okay. Because, yeah, we have more. Looking at the clues further, we also have a. Yeah, we found a black market trade receipt from Tidge O'Gary, who we bought the poison snooper from. So I guess we're gonna check with them. We got a note to the valet saying to take some goods to Phaedra B5 at Desert Cave. And then the cryptic note from the valet, torn page from the manifest, top part of a torn manifest. We got that today. A sheet with lists of names, seemingly the first page of the previous list. A name is scribbled on the top, Overseer Montorcivil. Okay. A guest slip for a banquet. 13 names are on the list. Most names seem to be the same as from the manifest. Phaedra. See if there's anybody else I recognize. No. Poison report from Phaedra's mask. A slip from the poison snooper confirming a poison trace on a small retractable needle inside the mask. Okay. Alright, let's go talk to Tidge. Of course, now we gotta load into Arakeen very slowly. So, viewer and channel member, Reliquancy, he was looking into the history of Arakeen. And I may have mentioned this, I think it was the Rashis who were in charge of Arakeen before the Harkonnen, but Arakeen's even older than that. It's thousands of years old, and but apparently it's home to like 100 million people at the in the time of the movies and so forth. So around the same time as this universe, 100 million people. I don't think they quite capture the scale of it in the movie, even, and not in the game. Alright, Tidge. No fall damage in the city. Already pet the Kulon. Don't worry.
Oh, hey there, friend. Looking for anything special?
Yes, information.
That's not normally a good I trade in. I'm more hands-on.
I know you traded goods with Phaedra.
And I've got lots of customers, each with their own sordid affairs. None of my business.
Phaedra's dead.
That's unfortunate.
It's vital that I understand what she was trading.
I shouldn't say. It's not good business. It's not safe.
I have this manifest, top of the list, the Overseer. Do you know who that is?
Damn, I've got an answer, but you aren't going to like it. Phaedra was part of a little cabal who collectively had a stash of treasure they took out of old Carthag before it blew. Last to live takes the pot. Phaedra was making desperate trades to get the funds to retrieve her ancestral necklace. Well, anything could happen in that nest of covetous snakes. As for that person listed on the manifest, the Overseer, that is Sub-Prefect Tours. He's overseeing that group.
Tours? No, why wouldn't he tell me?
Not the sort of thing you spill over afternoon tea, is it?
Tours is going to that banquet. What if he was behind this all along?
I suppose you'll be catching up with him then and leaving in a hurry, huh?
Okay, enter the banquet. Is that here? It is here. Alright. Oh yeah, I did finally, I mentioned last video, I was trying to work on getting all the doing the Landsrat task to kill a bunch of sandflies for House Taligari, and I successfully did it. I killed 609 to get 14,053 points, and all the goodies here, including the green and like gold, kind of like Notre Dame colors, University Notre Dame. That's up, okay. But yeah, I hit the Red Scorpion testing station 143 many times, and Sentinel City and some of the other spots in Eastern Shield Wall. It's like probably like 6 hours, 5 or 6 hours. And I got the achievement for killing 500 sandflies. So yeah, there, you can do it with key rob and scavengers, deserters, slavers. So probably do the other ones to get the achievement anyway. So
That's not your door to open, stranger. Push it, and you'll find I'm harder to move than most.
oh yeah, I know it's a private gathering, but I need to speak with someone inside.
And by order of the Emperor, I'm telling you to slow your gallop. There's nothing for you inside.
Strong tone for someone without a uniform.
I am the Sheriff of Arakeen, and the only uniform I wear is this sword and belt. Of course, you're welcome to test whether I'm dressed for the job or not. I found my reputation in steel tend to speak louder than epaulets.
I don't have time for games, Sheriff. I need inside and fast.
All due respect, but unless you can raise the dead, your timeline has just become flexible.
Dead, all of them?
We've got one survivor, technically. Old bird's flapping her wings on the way down. But she'll land soon enough.
I have reason to believe Sub-Prefect Tor is among the guests. I need to confirm it.
Tor's at a party. Well, there goes the mood.
The party's over. Let me inside. I might be the only one who knows what to look for.
All right then, since you're so worked up over it, I could use help matching faces to masks and seats. And if you already know some of these silk-wrapped corpses, all the better.
I found a guest list with notations for the butler. Might help sort who's who.
Good. That saves us a few hours of corpse roulette. A few of these poor fools I already recognize by build or reputation. The rest you and your list can help with.
How do you know them?
It's my job to know who's whispering in the shadows. This crew kept to themselves. Rich, quiet, and just strange enough to raise my interest. I've had files on half of them since they landed.
What do you mean kept to themselves?
I mean they didn't dine with the Atreides, didn't show up in the salons, and never hosted anyone outside their circle. Came down on private carriers, quiet ones. No welcome party, no flag waving. When nobles start behaving like spies, I start watching like one.
What did your observations uncover?
These little gatherings weren't new. Masquerades are not. Same crowd, same vices. Wine, secrets, and shouting matches dressed up as witty banter. Masks just gave them an excuse to say the quiet parts out loud.
Sounds like regular nobles to me.
If by regular you mean secretive, paranoid, and always 3 drinks deep in betrayal, then yes, absolutely.
Secretive, paranoid about what?
Something they were hiding in the deep desert. Could have been a spiritual retreat, could have been a treasure hunt. All I know is they were tight-lipped going out and even tighter coming back. Anyhow, enough jawing. Let me get a look at that guest list. I'll match it with my data and cut through some guesswork. Appreciate it. Now I'll play scribe. You go play confessor. The old bird is waiting.
The old bird.
Call her Countess if you like. I call her the last shriveled thorn on a dead branch. Sharp tongue, sharper memory. Don't be fooled by the frailty. She can still draw blood with a whisper. The butler saw things. Doesn't rattle easy. You do well to speak with him before the details slip through the cracks.
All right, Sheriff.
See what the butler and the old hawk have to say. After that, come find me. I'll be the one holding this city together.
Goodbye. Okay, talk to the dying noble. Oh, she's dead. Where's the not quite dead one? Are you still alive? No. Okay. Guess I can talk to the butler.
Do forgive the mess. They died as they lived, loudly and with abysmal table manners.
You are?
Butler to the late lordlings of this doomed affair. My talents include wine pairing, corpse counting, and feigning deference.
What happened here?
It began as a toast, ended as a cautionary tale. You may pick whichever part offends you the least.
I need a little more than that.
It's simple. Wine was poured, conversation flowed. Then, so did the convulsions.
I need to ask you some questions.
You will forgive my impertinence for pointing out there is a noble here who still draws breath, and her breaths are more important than my breaths. It would behoove you to speak with her while you can. I shall remain here, utterly loyal and inconsequential.
Alright. Yeah, but where is she? That's the question. Doesn't look like a woman. She's dead.
Oh, splendid. An audience. I was beginning to worry I'd die without one.
Sorry to bother you, Countess.
Countess? Did you just address me as Countess?
The sheriff told me I might speak to you if you're comfortable enough to talk.
Did he now? How sweet. That sun-scalded half-breed always did mean well, even if he has the conversational grace of a bricked-up cellar.
So you're not a countess?
Do I look like some lace-draped provincial with a grain tithe and a hobby kennel? I'm a marchioness, you ignorant little envelope.
Pleased to meet you.
Alert the criers. We have discovered a pleb who can take instruction.
What's your name, Marchioness?
I was Eulalia Hawthorne, Marchioness, Patroness. And now I'm just the ghost of better parties and worse decisions.
Do you know who did this?
No. But whoever it was deserves a medal for culling the herd of those pretentious fools.
Was Subprefect Tors here?
Tors? No, thank the stars. Another bureaucrat sniffing around. Precisely the kind of dull company I avoid.
Let's get this mask off of you.
Hands off, you clod! You'll tear my face away.
It's stuck?
No. I'm still wearing it because it goes with my dress. Of course it's stuck. There are tiny barbed claws secreted within the mask. I saw Una Byrne try to remove it, and half her face came away before she fainted.
But why go to such lengths?
Idiot. The wine merely opened the door, but it was the masks that let death inside. Poison in the wine, poison in the mask. One to loosen the soul, one to pierce it. A double dose for double crossers. Leave the mask alone.
Just a few more questions.
By all means, prolong my suffering with your endless prattle.
What happened here?
What happened? Fashion suicide, mainly. Graf Vero died smiling, the fool. Spilled his wine and his wit in equal measure. I do admire a man who keeps his mask on while choking.
How did it start?
With one of those ghastly little speeches nobles make when they think they're clever. Then came the toast. Then came the horror.
What was the toast?
This I remember with perfect clarity. She said it with that awful snark of hers, like she's been waiting years to raise the glass. She said, "To ghosts and ash, to the flames we escaped when we should have burned. Every breath since has been stolen, and tonight the debt is due." Hard to forget a toast that theatrical, and not just because it was the last thing I ever drank.
What was the speech about?
I wasn't really listening. Phaedra has a habit of mistaking volume for substance. And I've spent decades letting that woman drone on about guilt and ghosts. I didn't think this time would be different.
Who was the speaker?
Our dear hostess Phaedra. And I do mean dear, given what it cost her.
Phaedra, that's impossible. I just found her dead in her apartment.
Dead, did you say? But the Toastmaster strutted around with her voice and mask like she owned the place. Typical Phaedra. Can't even die without making herself the center of attention. Bitch.
And Graf Vero?
Graf Ansel Vero. A bloated tick in a borrowed title. He died as he lived, loud, ridiculous, and surrounded by people pretending to like him.
What color was the Graf's mask?
Blue. A coward's color. Fitting, really. He always did flee when anything required a spine. Or pats.
Were you and Graf a thing?
A thing? Darling, the Graf was barely a man, let alone a thing. He once tried to kiss my hand and missed. I took it as a sign.
How are you still alive?
Turns out my precious toxin modulator works. Slows the venom, preserves the drama. I'll die last, bloated with envy and resentment. Just how they'd want me.
Hold on, I'll summon aid.
Oh, do not ruin this for me. I want to die with some shred of mystery, not flanked by bumbling concern. One last kindness, dear. My Mola. Kill them all. They'll spend my death pawing through jewelry and gossiping in the kitchen if you don't.
Kill your Mala?
It's a tradition, you know. The servants die with the mistress. Mostly forgotten now. Like manners and decency. But I rather like it. Please, Kill the little wretches. Choke the life out of them before they sell my underthings for drink.
That falls under trading security jurisdiction. I'll file a report.
By the time your little report makes its rounds, the rats will have nested in my wardrobe and auctioned my jewels to smugglers. Perhaps they'll read it at my memorial, just after the appetizers.
Noted in log, posthumous review as well within standard protocol. Alright, is that it? Goodbye. Okay, report back to Dude's Shaw's. Okay. So there's more stuff to investigate, I guess. Examine a crate of unopened bottles of wine. Poison snooper. Wasn't the wine. A rotund man hunched over, blood dripping from under his mask over his bloated chin and onto the table below, foaming thick dark colors. Examine his mask. His mask is a dark shade of blue, entangled in a pattern of concentric circles surrounding beady eyes glazed over, capturing a moment of terror. It matches the Countess's description of Graf Ansel Vero. Examine his clothes. His elegant coat is ill-fitting, a few sizes too short. A pink stain streaks his right sleeve, wet and diffuse, and wet towels sitting on his lap. Check his pockets. In one pocket you find a silver locket. Its interior lined with a stiff, dark patch of something organic. Packet. Finally, you recognize the patch as a sliver of human scalp. Hair still attached, pressed flat and worn as a keepsake of some private cruelty. Leave the item where it is. Conclude exam. Okay. One sits with her hands on her lap, bloodied palms facing skyward. Her head is tilted towards the ceiling as if pleading with an indifferent god. Examine her mask. Her mask sits askew, blood smeared where her fingers clawed to tear it free, realizing too late the terrible mistake. Oh, that was the one Phaedra was talking about. Or, the noble we were talking to. Blood streaks her jaw and neck, dripping into her collar. Torn flesh gapes where the mask shifted raw skin, glistening in the dim light. You almost forget to check the color of her mask. It's terracotta. Examine her clothes. Her collar and doublet are drenched in blood. She must have enjoyed taking care of herself if you go by the exquisite elegance of her garment. Cake. Carafe with wine. The wine served with the toast must have been poured from these. It's poison wine. I'm going to guess the snooper's going to find some poison. Yep. Alright. I can't interact with that guy. Dead woman is sprawled on the ground, her face obscured by thick dark hair. A goblet spilled nearby. It must have been in her hand when she fell. Examine her mask. You gently lift her shoulder and part her hair. Her mask was partially knocked loose when she fell, revealing mushy skin and raw, tortured flesh. Blood spills from where it had pulled in the mask, streaking its surface as if she had cried. You can still see it is a brown terracotta color. Examine her clothes. She must have enjoyed flaunting her wealth, wearing several heavy gold necklaces with inlaid gems, a brooch, and too many bracelets. Still a bauble or two, sure. Sheriff's watching. He squints at you suspiciously. You put her arm down slowly, very slowly. Petty theft during a murder investigation. Why not? Did I do this one? No. A stout woman is slumped graciously against her chair. Her coif came loose when she died, leaving her hair looking unkempt. I don't know how to say that. Examine her mask. Her mask is adorned with purple shapes. Her pale eyes are thin lined, barely opened, and somewhat puffy, the skin around them a dull pink. Examine her clothes. Her dress is old-fashioned even for the most conservative among aristocrats. The hems of the sleeves, while ornate, look frayed, stingy, or broke. Check her pockets. Within her single pocket, you find a blood-stained love letter to another noble spouse and a folded betting slip naming her various mala as wagers. Leave the items where they are. Conclude examination. Okay. Alrighty. So it sounds like it might have been a face shifter, I would guess. Face shaper, whatever they're called. That was pretending to be Phaedra and poisoned everybody.
Let's have it.
I spoke with the Countess.
No blood or teeth marks. Good. Consider yourself formally initiated into the losing end of noble etiquette.
You didn't have to set me up like that.
She talked to you, didn't she? That's more than most get.
No thanks to you.
See, that's where you got it twisted. That woman's got venom for blood and a title where her heart should be. She talked 'cause you annoyed her. Snapped her right out of that death spiral by reminding her just how much she hates lizard-browed provincials like us. Call it a success. You woke up the part of her brain still capable of sneering. The question is, did you learn anything?
She said Torres was not present at the banquet.
Well then, guess it was a party after all. Anything else?
She disliked the guest next to her, a Graf Anselviro, said he was a boor who dumped a full goblet of wine.
Well, that's a wrinkle. Did the old bird say what color mask he was wearing?
She
Back
said it
where
was
I'm
blue.
from, yellow marks a coward. But nobility tends to mistake fear for wisdom and wear it like gold. So find the wine stain next to a blue mask and you found our graph. We can work backwards from there.
Unfortunately, the butler cleaned the spill and rather thoroughly at that.
Of course he did. Might want to run that scanner of yours. Find out where the wine hit the floor. Then we'll have our starting point. Bold choice bringing a discount snooper to a high-born massacre. Still, point it at the mess. Might surprise us both.
Will do.
Sort out where the graph ended up. Then we'll talk.
Oh, get on it. I already identified Anselviro. I guess I'll do it again. It was this guy, right? Was it this guy? Yeah, this is Anselviro. Okay. Okay. Dude, D-H-O-O-D. What a cool name.
Let's have it.
I think I know which dead noble is the Graf.
Let's hear it.
The dark blue mask on the left side of the table close to some flowers.
That doesn't track. Better look again.
What?
Let's have it. Let's hear it.
Alright, red mask slumped against the wall.
That doesn't track.
Alright, let's try that again.
Let's have it. Let's hear it.
The dark green mask on the right side of the table.
That doesn't track. Better look again.
What? I don't have my... Yeah, I do. A substance was washed off this body recently. This must be where the wine was spilled. Okay. Alright. use poison snooper. It's red. Okay, examine. A carafe of the wine. The wine served from this toast must have been poured from these. Okay. That guy also has a blue mask. A lifeless figure slouches in an awkward pose that only death could endure, and uncomfortable silence draped across his form. Examine his clothes. As you move his arm to inspect his blood-stained satin gloves, you see something glinting between his clutched fingers. You pry them open. A tiny object falls into your palm, a pendant earring clasping a vibrant azure teardrop gemstone and a delicate golden mounting. Take the earring. The earring seems to belong to someone in this room. Maybe there is someone who could tell you more about it. Examine his mask. He died with his eyes open, sky blue like the color of his mask, adorned in complex shapes and forms. Conclude examination. Okay. So that guy had a blue mask too. And he had an earring. Okay, it says to ask about the earring, but... okay, do you know anything about the earring?
Oh joy, you've returned.
A few questions about the guests.
Ah, just when the silence was beginning to heal.
There's some spilled wine on the floor back there. You know anything about it?
The man in the sapphire mask believed he could hold court and chalice at the same time. He could not. I cleaned it. One more servant to fix what breeding fails to teach. He dropped his wine while gesturing about bloodlines as if his own hadn't already curdled. I cleaned it up. The wine came out. The stupidity did not.
I have some more questions.
Ah, just when the silence was beginning to heal.
I found this earring. Do you know who wore it?
If it reeks of desperation and mild opium, it likely belonged to the lady in the olive mask. She fancied herself mysterious. Mostly, she was just loud.
Tell me about her.
She was mid-squabble with the one in red. Something about inheritance or infidelity or seating arrangements. Hard to tell with that set. She dropped it in the fray and made no effort to return it.
I have some questions for you.
Nothing in this vast universe would please me more than to answer your questions.
Were you present when the toast was raised?
While I was in the room diligently pouring wine just prior, I'm afraid I was away during the actual toast.
Where were you?
I was checking on the status of the soon-to-be-served meal. You do understand my station, don't you? I was present for work, not leisure.
Thank you for cooperating. Okay.
Let's have it.
I think I know who the dead mole is. This graph.
Let's hear it.
Dark blue mask on the right side of the room between an empty chair and the purple mask.
First prize to the junior investigator. That fits the evidence.
What's first prize?
A can of pressed slig. It's good on toast.
Okay, what's second prize?
5 cans of pressed slig. The man chose his agent well. Always does, though. Got an eye for talent, that one. Well, meanwhile, I came up with 2 names of my own.
That leaves 8 to identify.
8 masked assholes dead on the floor. Drank their guilt, now they'll sin no more.
What's next?
Speak to Theophilus about Agade Yamari. That's what the note says. I suggest you find out what our buttoned-up friend knows before he forgets.
Who?
Our resident astronomia-trained butler, Theophilus. You know, I heard a funny story about that school. Makes the best of the best servants, they say. But I heard in their final year, the students are paired off in twos and taught to observe each other obsessively. One of them graduates, the other disappears. It's never explained which is which.
Brutal. I'll go talk to the butler. Okay.
Oh joy, you've returned.
There's a note on the gas that placement change for a god Yamari. What? Why is that?
She was prone to a serious allergic reaction to a species of plant in our flower arrangement. She wished to sit as far away from it as possible. A common reaction to that particular flower. The wealthy chose aesthetic over practicality or safety. It's a wonder we can keep any of them alive.
Do you recall the color of her mask?
Alas, nothing pains me more than being unable to do your job for you. But I do not recall. I merely changed her seating arrangement prior to the gathering.
Do you happen to have that seating plan?
I regret to say that the seating arrangement was the casualty of a wine-spilling incident by someone already deep in their cups.
I'll go investigate those flowers then. Identify Agata Yamara among the dead nobles and report to Dude. Okay. So she was allergic to flowers. She wanted to be as far away from flowers as possible. Let's see, any flowers. Oh, there's some flowers right there. There's flowers there too. There's flowers there. Okay. A vase of bright flowers in a dark, sleek container. Use the poison snooper. Flashes green, no poison. Examine the flowers. Blossoming flower heads in shapes of crimson red and warm bronzes. They pick up the light from the glow globes, forming an eerie, foreboding haze. Identify the species. Blood roses and fire flowers from Portran. From their color, you determine that the roses are probably a genetic hybrid, beautiful and expensive. Smell the flowers. Strong smell, sweet yet spicy. You almost prick yourself on the thorns of a stem. Strange that they weren't cut. Examine something else. Okay. You take a step back from the flowers. Examine the guests. The butler said Agata Yamara was allergic to the flowers and sat as far away as possible. Where could she be? Look at the guest sitting in front of the flowers. Look at the guest sitting at the far end of the table. Look at the guest sitting on the other table at the far end. A woman in a purple mask is sitting opposite the flowers. Okay. Look at the guest sitting in front of the flowers. A large woman in an olive-covered mask and ample robes. A flower was plucked from the vase and pinned to her bosom, so that's probably not her. Look at the guest sitting at the far end of the table. Graf Vero. Okay, we know him. Complete the examination. Alright, so it's probably this lady. A stout woman is slumped graciously against her chair. Her coif came loose when she died, leaving her hair looking unkempt. Examine her mask. Her mask is adorned with purple shapes. Her pale eyes are thin, lined, barely open, and somewhat puffy. The skin around them a dark, dull pink. Alright, we already read all those, but let's just keep clicking on them. Okay. So purple mask, right? I didn't sign up for this mystery.
Let's have it.
Guys. I think I've identified Agata Yamari.
Then let's have it.
Purple mask on the right side of the table next to an empty chair.
I'd say it's more of a Zaffrey violet, but that seems to align with my conclusions. Good work.
What's next?
I figured out one more.
And then there were 6.
That snooper thing of yours chirped like it knows something?
It did. It found poison traces in the wine.
Well done, friend. While you were nosing around, I confirmed that the caskets themselves were not poisoned. Meaning?
The wine must have been poisoned here.
That's exactly correct. Someone doctored the vino after it was delivered. Always nice when the killer's polite enough to attend their own massacre.
So what now?
Turns out the wine was arranged by a man named Ambrose Lucifera. Fancy name for a glorified errand boy.
Ambrose again?
I had him dragged in. Now's the time to go poke holes in his story.
I'll get on it. Okay. Interrogate Ambrose Lucifera at the banquet. Oh, there he is.
Please do me the courtesy of telling me why I am being detained. What's the charge? Supplying wine to a banquet? A decadent Arakeen banquet?
It would seem that you're involved in yet another set of murders.
Oh, balderdash, this is becoming intolerable. You've turned a juicy murder plot into something tedious. How could I possibly be involved with... Whom did you say was murdered?
Several nobles were poisoned at this very banquet where you delivered the wine.
Well, now, see here. I merely arranged for the wine to be delivered. Everyone knows I have a knack for finding the best. These sealed bottles were poisoned.
Well, no. To be precise, the glasses were poisoned.
Oh, well, there you have it. I took no involvement in their glassware, merely in arranging for the reception of a very fine vintage. I trust this absolves me.
Perhaps. What can you tell me about the wine?
A rare vintage from the planet of Grenbel, home of the exquisite Maros deer. A libation so fine, even the most domineering Chussock snob would weep.
Do you have an alibi to confirm your whereabouts during the banquet?
Why, yes. Any of the staff of the Seleucid Bull, as well as a few of the regulars, can attest to my presence. My debauching is quite conspicuous.
Still, it's all suspicious given your past relationship with poisoned wine.
Do forgive my sharp tone, but have you become a complete cockwomble? It was you who set out to poison me. If anything, our history marks you as the more compelling suspect. I've let bygones be bygones, so mayhaps we let this line of reasoning die. Yes?
Very well.
Oh, goody. With that unpleasantness out of the way, is there anything I can do to aid you in your remedial sleuthery?
I could use help identifying some of the dead nobles.
And now we are back to a morbidly fun game. Proceed.
Do you know anyone who uses a circular symbol pattern?
Could you be more specific on the colors of the pattern?
Gray and light gray.
That would be Lady Eulalia, voice like grinding rusty metal, but fancied herself a preeminent singer, with few in a position to tell her otherwise. Many were the laborious recitals we sat through. Still, she made an impression.
Right, I knew that. I don't think I have any more questions.
Before you go, I did pass on a note to one of the guests. You'd have to ask Theopolis about the recipient.
A note?
Roella Ramsby. She inquired about a particular vintage of wine, feigning expertise, but that woman wouldn't know Amontillado from sherry.
Very well, goodbye. Okay, talk to the butler about Ambrose's note.
Oh joy, you've returned.
I have some questions about Rolla Ramsby.
That name does not mean anything to me, but I will endeavor to answer as best I can.
I understand you passed a note to Roel Ramsby on behalf of Ambrose.
On behalf of whom?
Ambrose Lucifera, tall man, goatee, colorful clothes, and demeanor.
Ah, yes, the drunken peacock.
Drunken peacock?
The man dresses like a walking dessert tray and talks like he's auditioning for a play no one asked for. What would you call him?
Just Ambrose. In any case, did you hand anyone a note?
Now that you mention it, I did. The recipient was a woman wearing a terracotta-colored mask.
But there are two masks matching that description.
Correct.
Is that all?
Afraid so.
I'll go investigate their bodies then. Identify Roella Ramsby among the dead nobles and report to Dode. One of them, I think I already found a note on one of them, didn't I?
Let's have it.
I talked to Ambrose Lucifera. I believe I've identified Roella.
All right. Let's hear what you've turned up.
The terracotta mask at the center of the table, right in front of the frieze.
No. That doesn't square with the facts.
I must have missed something, okay. Alright, terracotta mask. It's not, that's the allergic lady. So Search for the note. Okay. No note can be found on her body or clothes. Okay, so that's not her. Okay. Search for the note. You cannot find the note on her body. Look closer at her hands. You notice that the index finger of her otherwise impeccably manicured right hand is in fact missing. Okay, search for the note. You cannot find the note. Look closer at the note. Conclude examination. Okay. Okay, was that enough?
Let's have it. All right. Let's hear what you've turned up. No. That. Let's have it. All right. No. That.
Okay. You don't have a note, do you? No. Check his pockets. In one pocket you find a shriveled finger joint wrapped in silk like a charm and a small vial of blood. Leave the items where they were. Okay. Dark blue mask. Okay. No, that's the allergic lady. And I can't search this person. Still a bauble or two again.
Oh joy, you've returned.
I checked each of the bodies wearing terracotta-colored masks.
Congratulations.
One guest had a missing finger. Do you know who that was?
Forgive me, but I wasn't conducting a limb census between courses.
Is there really nothing you could tell me about the person you delivered the note to?
She did linger rather tenderly on the frieze near the dining table. But then touching things that don't belong to them is a long-standing pastime of the wealthy. I can say that I did not much care for that behavior. I had polished that brass for hours.
Your annoyance is understandable.
Now I shall have to spend hours more wiping away the fingerprints. After the cadavers are removed, of course.
That was actually helpful. I'll investigate that mural. Okay, mural. Trace of a handprint. One finger is missing. Okay. Alright. So, well, her hand was missing. One finger was missing. Handprint. Lady who was obsessed with the frieze was this Roella Ramsby, I think we know.
Let's have it. All right. Let's hear what you've turned up.
Terracotta mask lying on the floor near the entrance.
Yes, that fits. Another off the list.
You cross any names off the list?
Let's see here. If Roella Ramsby was there, that means the other terracotta has to be...
Don't leave me in suspense. We're down to 2, right?
2 masked assholes dead on the floor. Guess the toast hit harder than they bargained for.
Oh, tell me already, will you?
Calm yourself. We'll get there soon enough. Gotta build suspense.
Stay quiet.
One of the remaining 2 guests is Lady Bianca Baghetti, a puffed-up hanger-on from a disgraced minor house.
Yes, and...
That means the last dead asshole is... Sub-Prefect Torres.
So he really is dead.
No, I mean Torres is here. Good afternoon, Sub-Prefect.
Goodbye. Alright. We have just crossed an hour. Thanks for sticking around so long, guys.
There you are. Report.
Sub-Prefect.
Don't look so slack-jawed. Who else were you expecting?
Your name was on the guest list.
I was delayed. A pity. Perhaps I might have averted this... unpleasantness.
Or you might be as dead as well.
A grisly thought. One I've already entertained.
You didn't tell me I was investigating your people.
They are no more my people than you are. I watch them as Fenring commands, though their antics hardly inspire admiration.
But your name was on that cargo manifest.
What manifest?
The list of spoils taken before the destruction of Carthag.
Carthag? There it is. Motive. The killer is eliminating the survivors of old Carthag one by one.
Why?
Revenge. Concealment. Or the quiet removal of a dangerous truth that could unpick alliances from here to Kaitane.
Like who ordered the destruction of Carthag?
Indeed. And if you've a name for the hand that signed that order, now would be the time to share it.
No, but I know who carried it out. Our dead engineer, Austin Lathe.
There it is. Motive, opportunity, and means. Our assassin isn't merely killing. They're closing the book on Carthag.
And you're next. The killer is coming for you.
Yes. And how do you suggest I handle this? What have you learned of their methods?
The killer is a ghost, in and out without a trace. No one sees a thing.
Then having failed here, where is our ghost's next haunt?
Your office in the Imperial Wing to finish the job.
Then I must go. To catch a killer.
Coming, you'll need help.
Don't be a fool. One sight of you and our ghost, as you call it, will vanish. Better you leave them to me.
This is rash towards a Keops player would plan every move. Patience.
Yes, well, I never much cared for Keops.
Loading back into Arakeen. Man, that was a lot of sleuthing. Reminds me of these worksheets I used to get in middle school. We'd have to figure out who was who based on clues, like this person's left-handed, this person has brown hair but isn't sitting next to a person who is eating a sandwich, stuff like that, you know. I just want to fight stuff, man. I mean, I like lore, but a murder mystery, I don't know. I can't say I'm really digging it. The first part of the story was cool, the whole Gola, you know, killing Xantar, all that. And we are still loading. Follow tours. Alright. Where is Tours? Tours is over here. Okay, well, I think we'll call it there. We will continue this next time. Thanks for sticking around so long. I do appreciate it. If you like the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and have a good day.